What's going on, you guys? It's Scott from Fly Rides here, back with a quick bike breakdown on the Bulls 650 EVO AM4. This is a 27.5 inch plus size tire, Bosch Performance CX 500 watt hour battery, just full suspension beast. And it is an incredible value right now, and that is why I want to do a quick breakdown on it for you. Like this video and subscribe to the Fly Rides electric bike channel so you can stay up to date on the hottest goings on in the electric bike sphere. It's a hot industry right now, and you don't want to miss any of the action. Let's break into what makes the Bulls 650 EVO AM4 such a special bike right now. First things first, you guys know what we're gonna do. Let's talk about specs, baby.
Let's talk about specs, baby.
Starting things off with the drivetrain, as I am wont to do, you have got the best SRAM drivetrain that you can get, the SRAM XX1. This is an unbelievable derailleur. It just gives me the butteriest feeling in the world. It's so good at shifting. And that's all gonna be on an 11 to 50 tooth cassette in the back. Plenty of climbing capability, all partnered off with the Bosch Performance CX motor. That's going to get you 75 Newton meters of torque, 500 watt hours on the battery. Should pretty easily get you going at least 30 to 50 miles if you're riding in that tour mode. You've got a Bosch kiosk display rounding off the Bosch Performance CX motor on there, which I love. It's nice to see all that information on a nice little concise screen. The group set is rounded off with Magura MT7 hydraulic 4-piston disc brakes. It is incredible stopping power on these Magura MT7 hydraulic disc brakes. Those Magura MT7 hydraulic disc brakes are gonna have a 203 millimeter rotor in the front and a 180 millimeter rotor in the rear. Great stopping power on these. Your suspension is going to be a 4-point horse link setup, the same suspension setup that Bulls does on every bike. You've got a Fox factory fork with a 36 millimeter stanchion in the front. Ugh, so good. 150 millimeters of travel there. And then in the rear, you're getting a factory shock as well. It's the Fox float in the back too, with 150 millimeters of travel there. Your tires are from Schwalbe. You get the Magic Marys on here. Again, that's 27.5 inch wheel set on there, and they are 2.6 inches wide. This should keep the nimble feel of your 27.5 inch wheels, while also providing some safety and a little bit of give in terms of if you choose the wrong line with that plus size 2.6 inch tire. You've got a KS Lev dropper as well, which you definitely want. This is one of the highest end droppers you can get, and a nice addition to the bike. The wheel set and tires are tubeless ready, so you can go tubeless on this bike, which I love. Being out in a dry climate, you definitely are always afraid of getting flats, so I would go tubeless on this bike for sure. Some nice additions that mountain bike lovers will appreciate are the Ergon GE1 grips. They're really nice to have on there. It's a downhill grip, it's an enduro grip, it's one of the best grips you can get from Ergon. The bike weighs in at 52.7 pounds, which is pretty competitive within the electric mountain bike sphere. It's a decently aggressive build too, with a 74 degree seat tube angle and a 67.5 degree head tube angle. The chainstays are right at 480, which makes this a really nice single track option, but you can also get some enduro done as well. Sizing on this bike, I will say it runs a little bit bigger. I would actually say it's kind of like more like enduro downhill sizing. So the 44, it can fit people who maybe are a little bit shorter, 5'6", 5'7". That's what I rode, I felt okay. But realistically, you're probably looking like 5'8" to 5'11". And then the 49 would traditionally be more like 5'11" to 6'2", 6'3". But I would probably edge a little bit more on the side of 6 foot to 6'4", 6'5" on the 49 on this one. It does run a little bit bigger. Again, I would think of it more as like enduro downhill sizing on this bike as opposed to all mountain sizing. We've all ridden this bike, but we did have one of our most aggressive riders, Austin, take it out. He was able to do his normal jumps and things like that, but he did say it was super fun when you were just doing single track and downhill if you're not someone who wants to be getting into some massive jumps. So I think this is an excellent option for people who are a little bit more advanced into the mountain biking world. They're probably better riders, but it's also a great option for someone who's trying to get into the sport but doesn't want to be buying a ton of bikes over time. This is pretty much the bike. You won't have to be getting another bike after this. It's capable of just about everything. So if you have a little bit of extra cash but you're just getting into the sport, this is going to be a bike that you want to keep around for a long time. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the Fly Rides electric bike channel so that you can stay up to date. Thanks for watching, you guys. Enjoy the ride, and we will see you next time.